Happy Monday from the American Digital Network studio. Hopefully most of you are enjoying a day off this Columbus Day. It's hard to believe we have reached the halfway point in the season as we head into Week 7. Let's look back at some of the results from this past weekend. Conference action got underway Friday night in East Hartford, and there were quite a few highlights from this game. Memphis able to pull away in the second half for a 70-31 win over UConn to move to 1-1 in league play. Saturday saw a full lineup as Tulane and Tulsa got things started early in the Central Time Zone. The Green Wave with a huge offensive output to pick up their first conference win of the year, 62-28. Meanwhile, Temple hit the road and brought a big win back to Philly, 34-10 over ECU. In the lone non-conference game, Navy began their quest for the Commander-in-Chief's trophy in exciting fashion. A last-second touchdown pushed the Mids past Air Force for a 48-45 victory in Annapolis. In the Big West Division Texas showdown, it was Houston who was able to come out on top over SMU, 35-22, and UCF kept its perfect record alive after a 51-23 win on the road at Cincinnati. A quick look at the standings, still a long way to go, but you can see how teams are looking in the early portion of conference play. Navy sitting atop the West with a 3-0 record. Houston still unbeaten as well on that side of the division, while in the East it is the Florida schools who are perfect so far, sitting at the top at 2-0. Now shifting gears to take a look at some of the performances that made last week's results possible, here are this week's American Players of the Week. Taking home the offensive honors is Memphis quarterback Riley Ferguson. He not only got his team back on track in conference play, he did so in jaw-dropping fashion. The senior tied the conference record with 7 touchdown passes to lead the Tigers to a 70-31 win at UConn. Ferguson had 5 touchdown passes in the first half and added 2 more TDs in the third quarter to help Memphis pull away. He was 34 of 48 for 431 yards and registered his third career game with at least 6 touchdown passes in 18 career starts. Defensively, this week's accolades went to Houston's Terrell. The defensive back had 5 tackles, a pass breakup, and 2 fourth-quarter interceptions to lead the Cougs to a 35-22 win against SMU. Both of Williams' interceptions came inside the red zone on the Mustangs' 2 drives, as UH held SMU to 27 points fewer than their season average entering the game. The Special Teams Player of the Week comes from Navy. Kicker Bennett Mooring played a significant role in what ended up turning into a second-half thriller. The sophomore made a pair of second-half field goals and was perfect on 6 PATs to account for 12 points in the Mids' 48-45 win against Air Force. There was, without question, some other notable performances that were in the running for Player of the Week accolades. Here's a look at the honor roll. UCF continued its dominance in Week 6, in large part due to the play of quarterback Mackenzie Milton. Milton completed 16 of 19 passes for 374 yards and 5 touchdowns on the road at Cincinnati. And he couldn't have gotten it done without his teammate Tre'Quan, who had a great night as well. 5 receptions for 165 yards and 3 touchdowns, and tacked on another on the ground to help lead the Knights past the Bearcats. Memphis wide receiver Anthony Miller was feeling it on Friday night. 15 receptions for 224 yards and 4 touchdowns. Navy QB Zach Abey helped the Mids keep their perfect record alive, rushing for over 200 yards and 2 TDs, while tacking on 2 through the air, including the game-winning score with 15 seconds left over the Falcons. And lastly, Tulane's Dontrell Hilliard rushed for 175 yards and 4 touchdowns in the win over the Golden Hurricane. Congratulations to all of this week's top performers. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. We'll see you back here tomorrow and get you caught up on how your favorite alums from around the conference did this past week in the NFL.